You're listening to the C1D Paintball podcast. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and our Discord. Was that the 5-second thing you just did there? Okay, excellent. For those listening on Facebook, please put this on YouTube because nobody watches. I'm Andrew. Welcome to the C1D Paintball podcast. I am joined by a cast of two others for now and a guest we're going to have come in. First of all, I'd like to welcome Mike. Mike.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
And the young man at the end of the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify, you're not missing much. It's Connor.
Hey guys, hopefully you remember who I am since I've been MIA, but yeah, I'm here, still alive.
Now, we've got quite the crowd listening live. Cedric, Catherine, Chris, Jeff, Pierre, Adam, and Norm. Jeff is not on a timeout. He's eating dinner because he had to stack wood with his wife, and I thought that meant something else. Then he sent me a picture. They dumped off wood at the end of his driveway, and I thought, well, that's the lesser of that's the worst possible outcome with that. We're here to talk about, and we've got Cedric. You know what, Cedric, would you like to come in and talk, or you just want to hear us? Because we're going to be talking.
Before he said he was good, he's watching the Habs play.
Oh, he is watching the Habs? Okay, Ceddy, not only did you organize that great event we're going to talk about, but it's your responsibility to let us know exactly what happens. Things like Demidov on the ice, Demidov skating back, just little things like that. So
need play-by-play.
Play-by-play. So, and I'm queuing up Mike here because I know he was saying, Andrew, I'm the only one that played in the game, so I'm going to talk about the whole thing in vivid description. And, being from the U.S., I'm expecting Ernest Hemingway type things here. So the Battle Royale at Warzone Paintball and Airsoft put in, but it was just for paintball. Cedric, the mastermind, who is also the mastermind for the Zone, the Impact. The Pro Shop at Warzone. And the setup was using all the fields upstairs. And if you've been following us at all the last year, every time there's a change at the field, we're making a video. Things are really, really improving. One of the biggest things was it was the first time at this Clash Royale they used Terminal, although it was just kind of part of it. You think about they're going to have 6 groups. We had 5 groups go there. 5 good teams, good people, a lot of fun, a lot of positive vibes. You're going to play 5 games. We end up playing 4 because time stretching and that, getting used to everything. It was 4 solid games. You know what? How much did you know, Mike, since you're playing in it? I want you to explain, because I reffed the event. Well, I was more like I was a human boundary, because being a battle royale, every 5 minutes it gets smaller. But I want you to explain, when you were down on the field and you guys are ready to go up, what was explained to you and how did they bring you up, so you can paint us a picture on this one.
Yeah, so we were all just hanging out. We had our teams established, so we were all hanging out, doing a little bit of, trying to figure out what we were going to do. But anyway, Sed called us in and gave us all these awesome loadouts. Belt with a pistol, and a drop pouch, and a melee weapon. And we got enough ammo to pack about like 2.5 mags. I think it was like 50 rounds into our equipment that we brought. But basically we were down in the staging area, and he kind of gave us the rundown of the rules, which I think we kind of went over on the podcast last 2 times ago. But basically 30-minute games. We were supposed to have, I believe, 6 teams, but there was 5. Random spawns, you drop out, you have nothing but what was given to you. And so we were blindfolded, actually, which was kind of interesting. Blindfolded to go up into the zone. But anyway, the rules were one life. You had one life. You had to search for weapons. You had to search for ammo. You had to search for gold. You know, like different bars, different kind of currency and stuff. And we got a little piece of paper, showed you what the currency could be used for. And I wish I still had it. There was 3 things on the piece of paper. I believe it was 10K, and you could buy your loadouts for your entire team, which was huge. And then 4K, you could buy back your team if they died. And then 1K was to buy air, which was very important. So yeah, that was basically the gist of it. And you had to, it was Battle Royale, simple rules. I'm getting all sweaty here. I just woke up from a nap, put on the spot.
Well, dear, do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you how me on the other side set up the sections before you guys rolled up the hill, blindfolded?
Yeah, that would be great.
Which sounds like right away. If you just talk about that, we're gonna have to put the explicit content rating on the podcast. But that's okay. That's okay. We've done it before. So very well set up, very well organized. A map of everything, sectors, and you're partnered with somebody. We're kind of the line guy on the outside. Every 5 minutes, there's music and action playing sound, but not obnoxious. Not like obnoxious, I'll say it, airsoft. Indoor airsoft, not outdoor. Indoor airsoft, they're playing this loud music. It's kind of... So this music ambiance is playing, but every 5 minutes, the line moves up. So you look at the map and we move up closer and closer. But when we got to our little section, we got 4 crates. There was only 4 guns in each section, but then every team had 4 people, right? There were 2 shotguns and pump guns, and there was 2 stormers. I'll have to see with Cedric, were they 50 cal? One was 50 cal. It had to have been. I think the stormers were 50 cal, right? Anyway, so we would put this there, and we had 5 or 6 bars as well to put everywhere. And by the way, if you're in my section, I usually didn't put anything in the crates. I would use the crates as decoys. So I'd put it like in a spot that looked hard to get because I wanted to see one of them run there and get hit because I'm an asshole. But no, but we put this out and we knew that they were coming in blind. And I'll tee you up here, Mike. But what happens is I'm there and it's like, come get your guys. And we walk up and like a chain gang, get the hand on each other's shoulders and lead them to the field. Then all of a sudden, I'm teeing this up really good. You were told to get your mask on, and within about another 30 seconds, they said go. So what's going on in your head the very first time when they said, okay, blindfolds off, masks on?
So, well, just 2 seconds before we took our masks off, actually, we were sitting there. We got taken off the thing. We got taken off the thing. We were the first team actually to get taken off. And in our heads, it was kind of like, we know the field, we've been there, so we're trying to use that as an advantage. Like, we were blindfolded, but we kind of thought we knew where we were. So we're sitting there talking, all right, we think we're here, which kind of sucks. We thought we were behind Market, or we thought we were in front of the new spawn at Market in the corner. And we're like, all right, we're in a really crappy spot. Like, there's going to be people probably over here. And then it was, boom, take off your blindfolds. And I took off the blindfold, and for about 5-10 seconds, I had no idea where I was. It took we were behind in the road behind that. What I was just talking about. Oh, either way,
you were at the checkpoint, the new checkpoint they're putting up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Behind the corner spawn. So we're like, we're screwed. Immediately we started looking for. So Cedric got these awesome shirts to tell whose team was on whose team. There was orange, red, pink, green. I can't remember all the colors, but we were green. But basically, we were looking for colors through the trees. That was the first thing we did. Between that and looking for any guns or care packages or anything that was next to us. So we seen a few packages, a few crates. And we seen a team that was actually really surprisingly close, and we didn't think that was going to happen. So immediately, the half an hour of planning that we had done before, when we were talking about what we were going to do, just went to shit because our plan didn't involve, a team being right there. So it was actually pretty quick from when we took off our blindfold to when they started the countdown, and it was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're just like, all right, let's get some care packages. So we went and we spent a lot of time getting crates in the beginning, trying to find guns, trying to find ammo and stuff, but we weren't actually paying attention to that team that we saw, who ended up moving around on us pretty darn quick. So we had to get into a fight with them with basically minimal ammo, minimal stuff. It was pretty intense. All the planning and everything that went in that we thought we were going to do, none of that happened because it was so hectic, but in such a good way. We had this mentality, the Battle Royale mentality, and it was awesome. The first game was a rush. We ended up getting wiped out pretty quick, but we had some good engagements and stuff. It was awesome.
Apologize for me choking to death. Connor, what do you look at? What do you tell your team before that first drop?
But I mean, I don't know. Like, me, the whole thing with Battle Royale is just like, gotta be quick when you start. Because it's so whatever in the terms of video games, RNG, like randomly number generated, whatever. So it's luck based. For all you know, you might have a lot of gear near you. You might have a lot of ammo. Other times you might, as a team, be sharing a singular pistol, like in Fortnite or something, in COD. So, like, in this context where everybody starts with a pistol still, it's so advantageous to get an upgrade to your marker that you want to be quick, off your toes. They split up to cover as much ground as possible, but obviously don't split up to the point of, like, if you get engaged, you're in a 1v4. Like, you have to be picking apart, but still close enough to react to your team's feedback.
Now, I want to say something funny because I was in the forest the very first game. My team's in front of me. They find 2 shotguns right away, 2 pumps. Beside me is, like, right here, a little bit elevated, is Tireball. And I look, and there's not a lot of places to hide the stuff at Tireball. So they're all got guns and their pistols. So they're aimed, and this team in front of me goes in to circle in to get them. But they find their ammo cache. He pours it in. He puts the wrong ammo in. He puts 50 or 68 instead of the other one. And the other guys does the same thing. So they've got their 4 guns. 2 of them didn't touch it. I mean, it's mixed with some, but they were screwed from the start. And I thought, I wonder what little interesting things like this are going to happen during the day. And I'm sure a lot of other things did. Now, how did your mentality change going into that second game?
So the second game we were like, all right, that was super hectic. That happened really quick. So we need to kind of adjust our game plan, accordingly. Things are going to happen fast. We can't spend the whole, initial time. Like, we have to kind of do it, Connor, so we have to assess the situation and stuff and kind of spread out a little more. And do what we did in the first game. Spend the entire time just looking for loot and not looking up. So, second game, blindfolded, we went down, you guys reset everything. Blindfolded again, brought back up. Had no idea where I was this time because I think they kind of did like some loopy thing before dropping us off. Where did we end up? We ended up in, if you're familiar with the map, the big giant like yellow tubes in between tires.
Silos,
and silos, in between tires and market. So we were like behind there. So we're like, all right, we're right next to where we were before. My immediate thought was, let's do exactly what the team did to us. Kind of run around and cut a whole team off, like just cutthroat them, get them right out, and is, like I said, as much as you plan, as soon as that goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, everything just goes to shit. But actually, before there was a little miscommunication, which happens. It's the first year. It was a super awesome event, but there's going to be little quirks that happen. And our little quirk for the second game was our refs did not tell us to take our masks off. And then we hear 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and we're like, wait, can we take our masks off, our blindfolds? And they're like, no, you're good. And then all of a sudden we're like, no, we hear people yelling and shooting, so we just ripped off our blindfolds and went. And 2 of us got to end up taken out within like the first 5 seconds by Pink pushing in really hard. But of course we had like a 10-second delay. And so the refs, which was awesome, realized exactly what happened. There was really quick communication, so they took the 2 people who got eliminated, kind of gave them a new spawn and said, we're sorry this happened, we're going to be as fair as we can here. Gave them a new spawn, let them respawn in because they had no chance. So that was awesome for the field to hurry up and come up with something like that. So basically it was me and Rob just fighting for our like lives at the tube against Pink, who was just pushing in so heavy from, I'm assuming, where we spawned. So our idea was to go take them out, and before we could even think, they were running us over. So second game did not go that well. Pink took first game, Pink took second game. But the second game went a lot better. You could see everyone was adjusting on the field. They were taking their time. They were trying to find ammo. There was a lot more fights, I noticed. Like actual good gunfights, and it was pretty interesting, and you could see how it was evolving. And the third game, which I guess I could just run right into, was very equal, except we got the goat spawn, which I'd like to call the goat spawn, which was terminal. Not only because no one's been there and it was just super exciting to start there, but you're uphill and you only have to worry about one team coming up from village. Otherwise, you have nobody to worry about. So you basically have some time to loot, send 1 or 2 guys over to the hill, make sure nobody's coming up. And so that was pretty fun. Overall, super duper impressed with the games. I had so much fun.
Now, the area where you cashed in your loot, that is for those that maybe go to Warzone or have seen some of the videos because of the maps we kind of flash up there. It's actually the safe zone to market, and it's interesting because people are running there with their coins or their bricks, their gold bricks, to cash stuff in. You walked in there, they had a big board with the name of your team on it and your markers on the hook. So it's like, here's 10 grand. Give us all our thing. One team's in there, then they see another team's waiting behind them, like they're waiting for a hamburger or something, and then getting out in the field, and I'm sitting there going, if I'm playing this, am I going to be what was the rule around there, like where you couldn't get shot?
Oh, yeah.
Because my thought is, I'm just going to sit and go, boop, boop.
Yeah, I was actually kind of confused. I had that idea when I watched the video on the ambience when with the drone flying in, and it was you guys went in, Mike, Miranda, and Gene, where you guys just snuck in, and there was, I think, another team on the other side. It's like, dude, what are the rules of like running into this place and not getting murdered going in?
Yeah,
it worked well.
I actually didn't know. Maybe Cedric can kind of chime in with the actual rules, but what I was under the assumption was is if you were in there, like actually in there, because Cedric was in there as the store owner, you couldn't shoot. You couldn't shoot in there. But like as soon as you walked out, I mean, it's fair game. That's kind of your thing. But I don't know. I played the gentleman's rule because, embarrassingly, we played 4 games and I didn't make it to the store until the 4th game. Like, it was so hectic around there. I was so hectic with getting around, trying to get gear and stuff. Even though I had the money in my pouch, the last thing I was thinking about was running to the middle of all this mayhem to, like, do something. I don't know. So it wasn't until the last game we actually got there. We had a bunch of money right in the beginning. We had ammo. We had this amazing flank around. We ended up taking a bunch of people out. Our goal was to get to market and get our loadouts and win the game. Like that was, we were finally getting serious by the fourth game. And we only had 3 people. So we got the money, got our guns, massive flank, came up behind the store, took it out, took like 4 people out, and we just sprinted inside because we figured we were safe in there. So we're doing our transactions, you know, getting our guns back, buying our air, and yada, yada, yada. Suddenly I just turn around, and there's Trent's blue team, all 4 of them, just standing behind us, just waiting patiently, like kind of tapping their shoulders and yada, yada. And I was just like, oh, hey, guys, what's up? We're just getting our loadouts. And so we got our shit, and we kind of just walked around them. And then I went outside, went around, and I told Miranda, I was like, yeah, we had the gentleman's rule in there, but if they walk around this corner, you got to shoot them. Like, they come out here and shoot them. So, it didn't happen. They never ended up coming out that way. We weren't going to stand right outside the door, you know, of course. We got our loadouts back, went and had this crazy fight out in the middle of the market, which, you know, is our favorite field.
And you were playing east-west, Connor. That's the thing, is they weren't playing north-south. They're battling east-west.
We were using the side of the store, you know, the safe house as kind of cover. We knew nobody was behind us. We had a view on Tire Ball. We had a view behind us. So we knew that we were secure. We knew what teams we had taken out. Excuse me. We only had 2 teams left, and they were like half teams. And I ended up getting taken out. So it was Miranda and Gene. Well, the ref reminded me that we had 3 people. So he's like, if you want to walk way back to your spawn and then come back in, that's totally fair because you only have 3 people. And I think Nick might have mentioned it beforehand, like if you guys want an extra life or whatever. So, so I did that. So I walk all the way back to my spawn. Well, walk all the way back to the edge of the zone. And by the time I got back, I saw some fighting go down. So I was going to do this massive flank, and the whistle blew. And then I just see everyone, well, you know, on the green team celebrating and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool, we won. We won. And then I saw the drone come around. Andrew's yelling for a picture. And that's where you see me. Yeah, that's where you see me running out from the back of the building, jumping up in the middle of the road.
Now, if you...
that picture there.
Now, the video itself, I recommend you watch it, especially after listening to this, because you'll see kind of the chaos that this was, because we were in the area silos on that last one. It's a tiny little area. So the team in there, they find all their stuff right away, but they have everybody around them. And you'll see teams, and blue team, by the way, when you went in to cash in your points, by the way, thank you for my voice for returning. When you went in to cash that in, I saw come down, I guess they went up to see you at first, but blue team went up to terminal and then down in the forest, all 4 of them, while the other 3 remaining teams were just thinning themselves out in market. There was a lot of that hit and run on it. Yeah, and blue took, well, you guys, you had all 3 of 3 as it was. They had all 4 of theirs. It was interesting to see that type of strategy. And had the game gotten longer, imagine if the zone, we always didn't shrink towards the middle. The plan is we would shrink to different areas, including game 2, where I was in village and I went out as the ref, and then it came back into village. So it pushed people out, then sucked people back in. But I think the longest we went into a game, because it was every 5 minutes, was we had 2 whistles, so just over 10 minutes in. But it was interesting to see that, because I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go into the White Woods where the old White House is. I'm going to tell my teams, watch our flanks and just wait. Why not? Why not?
Yeah. I have a question for Mike.
Sure.
So Mike's a gamer. And he has these really unfortunate addictions to some like really gross games.
Awesome games, yes.
Like Tarkov and other whatever. I know Tarkov's technically not a battle royale, but you play lots of games where it's not. It's like an H1Z1, right? I think, where it's whatever. Used to these games where I guess it's more fair to obviously compare it to Warzone or Fortnite, is that when you're playing, have so much information in the HUD So you see how many squads are left, how many teams, or how many people are alive. You see the mini map. You see exactly like where the zone is, where it's going to the next thing. Did you feel like you were like, I don't know, like playing with like the HUD off almost, like it was like crazy? I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like in my head, I was going into it like, oh, I got this. Like I've been doing this my whole life. Like, but
Yeah.
you're exactly right. It's like, it was like that, but stripped of every piece of information that you need to know, like to keep you alive, I don't know, or to keep you at least sane. You know what I mean? Because when you have all those things, it keeps you kind of calm because you have all that information. You just look at the right corner, you look at the left corner, you look down. You do that, without thinking every once in a while, and you're perfectly fine. But when you have none of that, you have to solely rely on communication and kind of have to build that in your head. Like you got to kind of build a mini map in your head, and then use the what you see, and then the communication for your team to kind of utilize that. But the ammo, like picking up a weapon and not knowing what's in it, if there's anything in it, or opening a crate and not having anything in it, it just throws such a loop. And there was so many of those little things that just made it such chaos, but like good chaos, like awesome chaos, keep you on your toes. Very comparable, to a video game. At least in my head, that's how I was playing it. At least towards the third game, once we could finally relax and establish a good push and do a good, it made it feel more like a video game. But yeah, it's wild. I don't know how everyone else was feeling, because like you said, I went in there with that gamer mentality and stuff, and it just went to shit because I didn't have any of that stuff you were talking about. Well, yeah, all I can say is just chaotic. Is very chaotic when it comes to not having all those things you're saying. I'm sorry if I didn't answer all your question.
It was great. That's exactly what I was looking for. Like even with my dad, like going there to officiate and take video, is that I know that he skipped out on the whole Warzone craze during COVID and never played Fortnite and stuff. So in a way, I was happy that he wasn't playing in the events. I'm sure you'd understand it. Obviously, like it's not rocket science, but it's like, I don't know. It's like when you say Battle Royale, it's like when people say like, oh, it's an FPS game. It's like, okay, that's Call of Duty, Battlefield. When you, like, everybody knows what a Battle Royale is. You can play on any game and show his little quirks, but you kind of know the gist. Mm-hmm. So I was worried of my dad going in. It's like, holy cow, he's not going to know what the hell to do. Like, what's a zone? What's a zone? What's a third party?
I don't know if it's just me. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's just me, but like even when we do this whole thing, and Nick just popped in, like you guys will say the rules, all these rules about this game mode. Oh, we're playing this. This is exactly how it goes. And the minute I walk back, my brain goes team deathmatch. And I run out and I start playing team deathmatch. Like we'll be playing kill confirmed. I'll die and I'll just start walking away. Someone will have to yell at me and remind me, hey, we're playing kill. So I don't know if it's just me and my little pea brain, but the same thing happened up there. Like there's a lot of rules. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that you just need to kind of know, or assume you would know. And as soon as that bell rang, my brain just went blah, and I was just like, you go into survival mode. You know what I mean? And but you don't think about all the rules and all the stuff you're supposed to be thinking about right off. I don't know. That's just me. It was chaotic.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because most times you play, it's like you can play like a capture the flag mode with all these rules to make it like super competitive. But at the end of the day, you can also just win by, if I take out all the other guys on the other team, I win.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this is such a different, I guess, environment, you still might just kind of,
Well, it's different variables. Let's say you're in the village, and there's just a lot of stuff happening. The guys in that fortress, that absolute fortress that is Terminal, like I'm not going up there unless I see them walking out. Let's say you go through the forest, being carefully, you want to sweep around. You could stumble across 3 teams being at silos, the team that was in the forest, and the team that's at Tireball, and there's 2 or 3 out of 12 players left. I mean, that can happen. You can also stumble across their loot. There's such variables, luck being, I mean, a savage firefight, even if you got your guns, you got your markers, sorry, you only have 50 shots. So you still, I mean, in the situation where we all, we got 200 between us, there's only one team left, let's just run, whatever, blah. Okay, but I just thought it was interesting because if you heard like 7, 8, 9, 10 shots, like just going off the background, it usually stopped. And it was different. It was really different. And I think 4 people per team, and I know they wanted to have another team, but just the 5, I thought that worked really well. And if every team had one more, I think it might throw it out of whack. I think there was a really nice balance to it. Very nice balance to it. And it was the first one. So you expect a laundry list of things. This is what we'll do next time. I don't think there's a lot of tweaking that has to be done.
No, I think it was great. There was just a few things that needed to be established, and I think it was like things that people might not even have thought about originally. But for the planning that went into it was immaculate. I gotta throw it out to Cedric. A lot went into this to make this happen. Yes, exactly. And it played out so well. It played out so well, and it worked out for everybody. There wasn't any major issues. Like I said, we had our blindfolds on for a few extra seconds, and it's just a communication thing. There was so many volunteers up there, which hats off to them too, volunteering all day, dealing with this and probably getting shot, on accident and stuff. That was awesome. But it's got to be hard having 20. I don't even know how many people they had up there, but that many people on walkie-talkies trying to communicate over each other and stuff. They did very well, and even coming up with
18 refs.
There'd be a problem. 18 refs. Yeah, that's wild. If there was a problem, they'd come up with a solution right off. No issues. So I think next year is going to be so good, like so polished, because like you said, there's not many things that need work. And so they'll polish those up, and it's going to be awesome. I look forward to it for sure.
Plus, that field's expanding. And I'm not going to sidetrack from this podcast, but I want to talk to you guys. I think maybe Wednesday or Thursday we'll get on, because I noticed a couple of things. And of course, Eric was there. People were talking what they're going to do. It won't be before long, really, that everything on that property has a plan and is being acted in. And with the fall starting, I actually saw a couple of things myself. I mean, if you could imagine Tire Ball. You know what's on the other side of Tire Ball? The other side of Tire Ball, going towards down the hill, is the old spot you used to have Labyrinth in, and a little bit of green behind there. So for those that know the field a little bit, and maybe I'm only talking to a handful, that's big, and it's being developed. They have a new road coming up when you pass past the checkpoint. So when you're talking about next year, it's going to be bigger and better, which is what you want on those things. Look, $75 to partake for non-members, $60 for members. It was a great day. You're not shooting a case of paint, but it's about what you do with the amount of paint you shoot on it. And I'm happy I did get to watch it, although I was mostly, I was always on the exterior kind of going in. So when I got the opportunity to use the drone, I did. I think it's nice too in the fall. I think in the spring it's too barren. Looking at the trees, you cannot see that forested area between Village and Tire Ball. It's 2:30 and you can barely see light through it. I mean, there's a lot going on there, and to have 6 teams of 4 next year, they could put more teams and it won't be crowded. But very well organized. They strung it up for the music, like I said, which was not obnoxious, just kind of in the background. It was a good time. Unfortunately, I didn't capture too much video because I was back there. But I definitely think you should watch the drone video. And Mike, did you get any footage out of it?
I got a little bit. Yep, nothing I'm proud of. Mostly me just jumbling around, spending 30 minutes trying to open crates and tripping over stuff and missing shots. But I will tell you, the shotgun, I would rename it the Sniper because I was popping heads with that thing. It's just a single shot.
Did I tell you that, Connor?
That
Players were ranting about that. Like, why don't we go to the field and just, if they have enough shotties and there's like a dozen of us, I heard people loved it. Loved it.
It was so much fun when I got that thing in my hand. So there was one point where we found like 3 weapons. It was like 2 semi-automatic rifles and a shotgun. And I was like, give me that shotgun. I want it. And I took out like 5 or 6 people that game. And they revived some people. They brought some people back and I got to retake them out. It was awesome. I did get a bit of footage. And I do want to add, I know we've played some like semi-big games from like, Village, Market, Tire Ball, etc.
We've tested.
But I want to say adding Terminal and just playing that whole, the boundaries that they had set there. It was like, it honestly felt like another field. Like, there was points where I was like, okay, I know we're playing these small maps and stuff, but it was like a whole nother field, and it played well, very well. I am so excited for the future, the plans that they got, but also the plans that we can come up with for big games with Terminal. I felt so immersed because it felt like I was in a new field because we got to play the whole field as one. You know what I mean? I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but it was a different vibe and it was so good. I'm really excited to get some games going there next year when Terminal is finished and stuff.
It's our home field. We're at pace right now by the end of the year to make 15 trips to that field this year. I'm playing 3 times in the rain. It's our home field. We're very proud of it. When I showed up, because I only showed up for the big event, they were busy all day. They had all kinds of parties. There was Fred that plays with us sometimes. It's a different Fred than the young Fred. He got one of our shirts last year, number 27. He lives across from the field. He was out there. I saw, this is a C1D shirt. Who the hell's 27? I said, oh yeah, that guy. Kids out there, because you guys had some warm-up games in the morning. This event, just really, really solid vibes. A beautiful fall day. And I don't get tired of the field. Why would you get tired, especially when it's constantly evolving? And by the way, it's always good to go to the field because Pierre, who's actually watching, and for these on Discord, I'm holding up this really cool. It's a C1D light. It's got all the LEDs. It's got the LED pad with all the colors, all that kind of stuff. He 3D printed this for us. So I'm going to say it's for me because I'm keeping it. And he's also making.
Oh, you said we got to share it though. It's my day tomorrow with it.
It's your day tomorrow. It's okay.
It's like nights and weekends type of deal.
Daddy will clean you. Daddy will clean you. He made some keychains. He made some the face to some what we're going to use for some a new round of patches. By the way, but I'm not doing this to sell swag. I'm doing this to sell a particular type of swag. He's making pink and white ones, so our logo, but take the black, put it nice pink. We'll be selling those for $10. The money will go to the Bowling for Boobies that we're going down to the United States for. And I'll be buying some for some of the guys too, but don't be cheap. Get your own frickin' one. It's $10. I'll put stuff up on the Facebook page and all that. If you're in Montreal, it'll be easy to get it to you. If you really, really want one, because it means something to you, send me a message and we'll see how I can get it for you. But Pierre is a star. He's got some great stuff. I'm trying not to take advantage of him, even though he printed TIE Fighter wings for my drone. And I'm just going to tell you something, Pierre. When I put, this is where like the guys that stumble across the podcast is like, he's not talking paintball. I saw Star Wars in the theater at 77. Jeff saw it too, but I didn't know who the hell Jeff was. But so the idea of me knowing that years down the road I'd be flying my drone around with this, I felt like Connor was doing homework. I knock on the back window and I like knock and it's like holding it up, like look what I got. and
that was awesome. Yeah. And that was all extras because I want to add in. He also made 7 of the melees for the Battle Royale event. I wish I had one because they came out so good. He saved the day because we were 7 melee weapons short for the Battle Royale. Because if you run out of ammo, you can go up and, barrel tap or poke somebody, which did happen, by the way. I didn't get to see it up close, but I heard everyone freaking out about it. Oh, look, my lovely wife just brought me one. There it is.
She was actually trying to slip it in your back, but you turned at the last second.
Yeah, she tried to stab me, and I was like, yeah, I got it out of her. She could murder me on stream. But, so he came to bring these and brought all those other goodies, which was awesome. What a surprise. It was super good stuff.
Well, when I wanted,
super cool stuff.
Now, I'm dropping a picture of it on the chat on Discord. It's actually, if you zoom in on it, you can see it's actually like really nice shade of pink. But anyway, we'll put that up, and that's nice to have. Oh, actually, it's not patches. You can see the picture. It's actually a charm for your marker. It's about 2 inches by 1.5 inches. I got dog tags made like a few years ago, like 3-4 years ago. And they were good, but it was kind of first generation. This next generation, really good quality stuff, and it's for a good cause. You don't hear me hawking our stuff because I think you buy what you want for paintball. When we sell things in that, it's always at cost. As a matter of fact, I always end up paying the shipping for everything myself. Just it's a good thing my wife doesn't listen to the podcast, but it is for a good cause. Pierre is a saint, and I can't wait for Pierre to heal up so he can get out there and start shooting people again.
Yeah.
And you can double tap me as much as you want now that I got this thing. Oh, that's cool.
He also mentioned that he could make those like things like that picture that you just posted. He can make them thinner. He can heat them up, and actually it'll form like to wherever you wanted to put it on your marker. Like say you wanted to put it right there particularly. You could heat it up and it'll mold around it, and you can kind of like use some kind of adhesive. And it could be like, I don't know, like a gun patch or something like that. It's kind of
put
cool
it on
idea.
your stock, on your
God, it's like it's like we have a sponsor. Yep. But I guess we did owe it to the guy.
Sure.
Okay. By the way,
he hurt himself defending the U.S. on.
He did.
Canada
he did get injured on that day. All right.
Yep.
He's a trooper. He's a trooper. So as far as paintball for us, what?
Sorry, this is perfect time.
Oh, wait a second.
We're talking about injuries.
Oh, Connor had a breakthrough with an injury today. You're not.
This is crazy. I realized this as I was brushing my teeth last night. I was looking at my sad excuse of a toe. There's no toenail. At the very, very bottom, I see something white, and I look down, and the nail is coming back.
Nice.
I'm very surprised because the doctor said it could come back, but it might not.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like he was just being nice, and my sister, who also had the similar procedure, said it's not coming back. There's no way. So, yeah.
I do know that happened
everybody's
to me
excited to hear
too.
that. So,
if you just in case you missed it on the breaking news on the BBC, that now you know.
The news
You got to cut it like before it's like grown all the way. You got to keep cutting it, or it's going to grow down. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
going to
be
young
tough.
And my dad. Yeah, he had to keep cutting it. And I was like, why are you cutting it? It's not even past where it's supposed to be yet. And he's like, no, the doctor told me it's going to grow into you. So, and it sucked too because you're going against bear. Yeah. Good luck to you, my friend.
Well, thank you for this episode of Paintball and Podiatry. Yeah. You know, what's sad, it's probably the third time I've said podiatrist today. But anyway. For the rest of the season we got right now, we have we got regular Saturday fun paintball. I got some fun game types I think we're going to do there that'll be able to use your noggin more than just how fast you can pull your trigger. But not that weekend, not next weekend. The weekend after that, we'll be balling for boobies. Big event, road trip. We're sending a contingent down. We'll see how many of us make it back. Weekend after that, we got paintball. Weekend after that, I owe my wife a lot of things. And then we'll be looking towards the end of the year. Mid-November, see how the weather lasts. It's been a great season. but that doesn't mean we don't want to keep balling anymore. You gentlemen have anything you want to say? Any parting shots?
No, I just summarize. The event was amazing. Hats off to everyone involved. Hats off to Pink Team. Congrats. We played the fourth game as a mercy game, actually, because we were playing best out of 5, and they won 1, 2, 3. So we decided to play the fourth game just out of a, fun game, and that's the one we ended up winning. But yeah, hats off to everyone who played, to everyone involved. All the planning that went into it was amazing, and I really can't wait for next year.
All right, and like I was mentioning before too, is we can tell them, hey, take those shotties out, take those pistols out. Let's play tire ball 4v4 with shotties, and it's going to be a good investment. Connor, you can't wait. I don't think you care whatever's in your hand. You just want to get out there again, don't you?
Oh yeah, I was bummed that I couldn't make it out. So much respect to Cedric and everybody at Warzone for putting the event together, organizing it, and officiating it. In our group we do little things, but nowhere near as level of this. So just so much respect from to organize it and everybody to have so much fun. They're looking forward to next year for it. That's for sure. I love chaotic and quick style games, so I'm sure I would have had lots of fun. But I'm excited to see what comes next, because it feels like the bar keeps on getting raised with everything that's going on Warzone in terms of events and the developments on fields and stuff. So
look, we don't
always excited to go.
We don't get paid anything to promote Warzone Paintball. It's just a great place with a great community, very chill community in that. Just go and have fun. You know us, we're rec ballers. We played a couple big games over the year with those other guys, but it's just going about there and laughing at, certain situations, like when the guy next to you puts the wrong balls in the marker. And then he dumped them on the ground. So that was actually pretty epic. I think that's Warzone, Impact Zone, their pro shop, top-notch people. You go there, you get a great sense of community. We don't necessarily, it's like they're not paying for this and that. They're just good people. You don't go to a field because, at the bottom line, it has to be good people. You can have the best layout of the field, but if you haven't got good staff, they got amazing, friendly staff there. They'll welcome you there because it is a great paintball community. Leave your egos outside, go on in there, have some fun, throw some paint around. Oh my God, did I set this up well? Because at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like us, rate us, and tell everybody about us. Thanks for listening.